Hey boys, this is Cobb. So I went ahead and recorded a big leveling diary and answered a few of your guys' questions, but I ended up focusing on one question in particular, and that is mine and Sophie's wedding day, which of course happened while I was on a break from YouTube. So, enjoy the photos that are to come, wedding stories, all of that good stuff, and yeah, let's get straight into it. Actually, before we start, god damn it, I almost forgot. We have 2 new Patreons supporting the channel, supporting the videos, supporting the effort. Over on the Patreon page, the names are B-Trade and Erland Home. Both $25 patrons. Thanks so much guys for the support. It is incredible. I only hope that I can continue to produce content worthy of your guys' awesomosity. And now, let's get into it. Oh man, let's see where this goes. Starting with Mr. Donald Brown asking, did you get married yet? Yeah man, check. There's a little ring there, dude. Look at that shit, man. Just feels like part of my body at this point. Yeah, went ahead and got married. It was like last year. Like, I continuously, perpetually forget just how long we actually took away from YouTube. You know what I mean? When me and Sophie were like moving country and stuff. All of that happened at the same time that we were married. All of that happened at the same time we adopted, a new cat and rose up a bunch of kittens. And all of these things kind of happened off camera, in my time away from YouTube where I was really putting out a lot of videos. And now that we're back, I'm like playing catch up a little bit. So yeah, I mean, the wedding day was amazing. Let me give you a rundown of, how it all happened. So the night before, had a good amount of drink with my siblings, with my parents and stuff like that. We're all staying at a beautiful venue, green fields all around, The place had this lovely bar and had, a couple of places for ceremony rooms, all of that stuff, and you'd stay there overnight as well. So anyway, long story short, I had to be up at like 6:30, 7 a.m. to start to get ready, and I made the fatal error of basically just being awake all night and, just talking shit really with my siblings up in my room the night before. So that was great, man. Me, my brother, and my sister, we don't really all come together anymore, ever. We're all kind of splintered off our own ways. My sister's still living in the northeast of England. My brother's living in Wales. And of course, I'm living in Bulgaria. So the chances of us all being in the same room together it's not something that really happens anymore, man. Which is a bit sad. So we just had like this huge catch-up, spoke about old times, woke up on the morning of the wedding, got all set up, man. Got all my damn clothes on, got downstairs, had some breakfast, got some eggs in me, And I think it was that point that I noticed that I just wasn't really that nervous. The one thing I did to kind of shake it off is when I first woke up, I got up and just did like fucking 50 push-ups, Get all that goddamn blood flowing, get all of that wiggliness out of me a little bit, because, I always had imagined myself that I'd be like super nervous on my wedding day, and I wouldn't know what to do with myself and all of that, right? But when it came down to it, after I kind of shook it off a bit, I just kind of forced a breakfast down my throat, and I was just sort of fine, honestly. I was just sort of okay. So as I started to get towards, midday, I'd already had a couple of drinks at that point, photographer, taking pictures of me and my brother, necking some drinks. I swear I wasn't drunk. I wasn't even tipsy when it came time for the ceremony, alright? It was just to kind of, get in the flow a little bit. So, I was greeting all of the family members and all that, saying hi to everybody, this and that. Okay, you need to wait over here, the bar's in there, blah, blah, blah. I'm directing them around and stuff, which was a really cool experience, to be kind of not running the show, but because we didn't really have an usher at the wedding. We didn't have anybody whose job it was to be doing that, so it was just sort of me and my brother handling all that shit, man. So anyway, the time finally comes where the ceremony's about to start. Again, I'm helping seat everybody, all this and all that. The room was beautiful, the room was splendid. Maybe I'll show some pictures on screen, man, for you guys right about now. I don't know. And yeah, I'm sitting everybody down. Fucking Pingu arrived, Pingu, Johnny, and Kevin, and they were going to sit off way at the back. I was like, man, what the hell are y'all doing? Get your asses up here, I want those clowns, nearer to the front. Get them a better seat. My fucking mom got up at the goddamn front as everybody else was kind of coming in. She's trying to fix my hair up and shit. I was like, Mum, god damn it, you gotta give me a break on a day like this, man. I'm doing great, I'm doing fine. My hair's alright. If it's a little bit scruffy, I just don't really give a shit, to be honest, alright? Sit my goddamn mum down. And I remember one of my aunties was asking me, are you nervous, Tom? Are you nervous, you bastard? I was like, I'm actually alright. I'm actually okay, and I was telling the truth. And that was really, really surprising to me, because, when you think of your wedding day, and you think of, how nervous you're gonna be and all of that, it's like, The most nerve-wracking time that you can conceive of in your mind is like during the ceremony, right? Because you haven't really had anything to drink. You haven't got any of that liquid courage in you. You know, everybody's all there. They're all there specifically to see you and to watch the whole thing go down, right? Let's face it, most of them are there to, see Sophie. The groom is just sort of present. But still, that's the kind of time that you're expecting yourself to be feeling a bit wiggly, to be feeling a bit nervous. But honestly, by that point, we'd already fucking moved country and shit to Bulgaria to pursue a career opportunity. And we made all of these, huge sweeping changes in our lives and all of these things that we didn't really imagine that we'd ever get around to doing. So the amount of confidence that I'd built in myself within just the past 6 to 8 months was ridiculous. And I felt shockingly fine on the wedding day itself, man. So anyway, I seat everybody, this and that, and I was like, oh, okay, man. The music starts playing, alright, to signify that Sophie is going to be walking down the aisle. So all the bridesmaids come in, Sophie's little sister. I think that she was the first one through, and, I won't show any pictures of this. I don't want to go around getting permissions off of people. And anyway, man, Soph starts walking down the aisle, man, being escorted by her dad. And let me tell you something, dude. I'm not the kind of person to be all, emotional about shit, I feel like I'm quite a callous person when it comes down to it. But, man, there was a goddamn lump in my throat, dude. And I was like, oh my god, man, it's happening. I never thought I'd ever get married, and now look at me. Before everybody, being all confident, helping see people. Now here comes my wife down the goddamn aisle, dude. So it was just this incredible experience, really. I didn't bawl my eyes out. I wasn't all upset. I didn't even have to wipe my eyes, but it was there, I could have summoned it forth if I really wanted to, but I didn't. So that was great. Anyway, Soph makes it up to the front. And honestly, the only thing I really remember from the ceremony at that point was when the best man, my little brother, was asked to procure the rings, which he did by dropping one of them on the floor. I've never seen such panic in my little brother's eyes. He's even more fucking, outspoken and stuff than me. He's like me, but a meathead, is, how I'd put it. Anyway, the goddamn clown drops the rings. It was fucking hilarious, man. Honestly, got a goddamn laugh out of everybody. It really broke the tension, if there was any tension, really. I wasn't feeling it so much, but I think Sophie really appreciated it, because she kind of felt like all eyes were on her, But after that happened, it was like, let's just enjoy that. It can only improve from here, right? No, man, it was just funny. And honestly, after that, it was just an ungodly amount of food, right? Too much food. Couldn't even be eaten. It was just impossible. You could have fed the 300 Spartans, man, with the amount of food that was brought out at this place. Great drink. Once I'd had enough to drink, the dancing came out. First dance went down and all that. And the first dance is again, that's one of the other most common kind of nerve-wracking moments. Oh my god, what am I going to do about the first dance? I don't dance, I can't dance. It's just going to be a disaster. No, I just went up there. Me and Sophie just wiggled around a little bit. Everyone's all like, oh, look at them, you know what I'm saying? Honestly, we just focused on each other, right? Because that's just what you do. And I remember we kissed and hugged at the end of the, first dance. And even though we couldn't see each other's faces because we were kind of, in an embrace, there was just this... I don't even know how to explain it, man. It's like explaining... I don't want to get all fucking cheesy up in here, alright? It was an experience I'll never forget. Let's just leave it at that. And yeah, then the night was just amazing. And it was fucking awesome. So, long story short, yes, we got married, man. I'm going to kind of segue, the tail end, I guess, or something that I mentioned in this question, into the next one. Who, actually, Stefan, you asked a lot of questions, but I'm just going to kind of single out one. Stefan Petrovich asked, are you still living in Bulgaria? And how do you like it there? Honestly, moving abroad to Bulgaria, a country that really, compared to many other European countries, there's just not many English speakers, has been one of the greatest experiences and best decisions of my life. It's been amazing. Once you put yourself in a situation where every day you have to communicate with people, or every other day, you have to communicate with people, even briefly, who you just don't know if they even speak English. It's so nerve-wracking at first, but after the first couple of weeks, you're a bit more attuned to it. And after how long we've been here for now, which is a year and a half, I think, it's just, honestly, when we visit the UK, it's like going from playing Dark Souls 3 to fucking Habbo Hotel. You know what I'm saying? it's like life is so easy. Like we've developed such a thick skin by being over here, and just an ability to shrug off what other people would see as like, oh my god, that's such like an embarrassing situation to be in. You know, it's like, nah, that happens like once a week. You know, people not understanding us, people asking if we, you know, have any change at the cashier's desk, and they're speaking too quickly. We just don't understand the numbers they're saying at us. So, I mean, shit like that just fucking happens all the time, you know? So, I mean, living in Bulgaria and working in Bulgaria and going to the gym in Bulgaria and experiencing the ridiculous seasons that Bulgaria goes through as well, you know, in terms of weather. Like, holy shit, man, the climate here, man. It's just been an incredible experience. Builds a lot of confidence, and yeah, I can honestly say, actually, the way that I would put it is I didn't feel like I had grown up until I moved to Bulgaria. You know, because when you're living in your hometown, I feel like you have to make a really conscious effort to break away from family and break away from safety nets that you know are in place, and renting apartments that are owned by, you know, your grandmother's youngest brother or something like that, which was actually a situation that we were in. And for me, at least, it was hugely beneficial to just kind of move away from everything, to just break free of the lot and just become entirely 100% responsible for ourselves in a brave new world, you know, 2,000 miles away from home. Yeah, it's just been amazing. If you ever have an opportunity, okay, to move abroad for work, just do it, man. Just do it. I would greatly, greatly recommend it. I can't promise that would work out. I can't promise that you wouldn't, you know, severely miss home even a year later and all of those things, but I think that it's just a risk worth taking. You know, it's paid off for me big time. So, yeah. And alright. Holy shit, I managed to ramble on for like 22 minutes. This is going to need some cutting. So, thanks for watching, guys. I'm going to leave this video here for the time being. The next video that goes up should probably maybe be a more PvP style video. Maybe another montage, 5 minutes of montage, 5 minutes of live commentary. Something like that, man. We'll see where it goes. But for now, thanks for watching. Do enjoy the rest of your day. And we're going to catch all of you guys just a tad bit later.